Hey, ladies, especially those of you with a little more life experience. This one's for you. If you're an older woman or you've been through a few relationships in your time, there's something important that we need to talk about. You see, when men are trying to use you, they don't always show it in obvious ways. It's not like they'll come out and say, "I'm just here for what I can get." No, instead, they drop little phrases that seem harmless at first glance. But if you look deeper, they're huge red flags. Today, I'm going to share 6 sneaky phrases that men often use when they're trying to take advantage of older women. Understanding these can help you protect not just your money and time but your emotional health too, and maybe even your dignity. Why does this matter? Because ignoring these signs could end up costing you way more than you think. Have you ever heard a man say something that made you feel uneasy, but you weren't sure if it was just you overthinking it? Let's get one thing straight. Some men see older women as easy targets. It's hard to admit, but it's true. And no, they don't approach us because they admire our wisdom or appreciate our maturity. No, some men see an opportunity to manipulate and take advantage of the beautiful qualities that older women often possess. Research from the Journal of Elder Abuse and Neglect found that over 37% of emotional exploitation cases involved women over the age of 40. Many of these women were manipulated by men who pretended to love them. But here's the kicker. It's not because we're weak or naive. It's because men know that older women often come with a financially stable background, are looking for deeper emotional connections, and value loyalty over unnecessary drama. And the worst part is, some men will twist those qualities into vulnerabilities to exploit us. When a man uses you, it's not just about the money you might lose or the time wasted. It goes deeper. The emotional toll can be immense. You might start doubting your own judgment, feel betrayed, and even embarrassed. You might wonder, how could I have been so wrong about him? You may even start questioning whether it's safe to trust anyone again. And the most painful part? By the time you realize what's happening, the emotional damage is already so deep that it feels almost impossible to undo. According to a 2021 survey by Psychology Today, over 50% of women who reported being emotionally manipulated in relationships said they ignored the early warning signs because they were just hoping to see the good in their partner. The danger is real, but the good news is that by recognizing these early signs, you can save yourself from a lot of unnecessary heartache. I'm sure some of you have experienced this firsthand or know someone who has. And if you can spot these warning signs early on, you'll be able to avoid a lot of emotional distress later. So let's break it down. 6 things men often say when they're trying to use an older woman. Let's look at what they really mean. Have you ever been caught off guard by something a man said, but weren't sure if it was a red flag? Drop a comment below and share your experience. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, you're not alone in this. Let's get into these sneaky phrases so you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of. 1. You're different from women my age. At first glance, this might seem like a compliment. He's telling you how mature you are, how beautiful, how classy and experienced. But hold on, don't get swept up in the praise just yet. The truth is, this phrase is often the beginning of a grooming tactic. What he's doing here is making you feel special. He's isolating you, putting you on a pedestal, making you feel like you're different from everyone else. This is the perfect way to get you to lower your guard. Dr. Wendy Walsh, a relationship expert, explains that manipulative people often use flattering comparisons to fast-track emotional dependency. They want you to start relying on them for validation and approval. So ask yourself, is he truly valuing me as an individual, or is he just trying to butter me up to get what he wants? 2. I just need a little help right now. It's temporary. This one is classic. It might even sound reasonable at first. After all, everyone hits a rough patch now and then, right? But if he's asking for money, a place to stay, or temporary assistance, without proving he's reliable in the long run, then it's a huge red flag. A 2020 study by Forbes revealed that financial exploitation is most common in relationships where emotional dependence is built in under 6 months. What does this mean? It means you're being set up for exploitation, and it's happening fast. You need to set clear financial boundaries from the start. Offer help if you choose to, but only after a long period of trust has been established, not because of guilt trips or emotional manipulation. 3. You understand me better than anyone else. This line sounds like he's opening up to you emotionally, right? He's telling you that you're the only one who truly gets him. But here's where the manipulation comes in. If this understanding quickly turns into excusing his bad behavior, whether it's his unemployment, irresponsibility, or even cheating, then you're being emotionally played. Dr. Ramani Devasula, a therapist and expert on toxic relationships, says that manipulators often use phrases like, "You understand me," as a way to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. Warning sign: if he says this after he's disappointed you or hasn't lived up to his promises, pay attention. You are not here to excuse someone's poor behavior. Love doesn't mean lowering your standards. 4. Age is just a number, baby. The infamous line. We've all heard it, right? And yes, in healthy relationships, age gaps really don't matter. But here's where it gets tricky. Manipulators use this phrase to dismiss any legitimate concerns you might have about your relationship. For instance, you might ask about life goals, commitment, or where things are heading, and he'll just brush it off with a line like, "Age is just a number, baby." This is a red flag. Research in Personality and Social Psychology Review shows that men who frequently dismiss real concerns with cliches like this are often emotionally exploitative. So how can you spot it? Watch for when he uses this phrase to avoid serious conversations or deflect when you try to discuss your future together. This is not love, it's manipulation. 5. I've never felt this way about anyone before. Sounds like a dream, right? He's telling you that you're special, that you're the one he's been waiting for. But here's the catch. Beware of love bombing. Love bombing is when someone floods you with extreme affection very early on in the relationship to emotionally hook you before you've had time to truly evaluate them. According to a 2022 report by Verywell Mind, love bombing is often used as a precursor to emotional manipulation and exploitation, particularly when there's a financial imbalance between partners. So, how can you tell if this is happening to you? If within weeks of meeting, he's calling you his soulmate or the love of his life, but hasn't shown you any real investment in the relationship, step back. True love isn't built overnight. 6. You're the only one who's really cared about me. This one is a big emotional trap. It's designed to trigger your nurturing instincts. It makes you feel responsible for his emotional well-being. But here's the problem. Older women are often more nurturing and compassionate, and we fall into this trap easily. Therapists report that many toxic partners will exaggerate their sense of isolation or victimhood to bind you to them emotionally. They want you to believe that you're the only one who can save them. What you need to remember is that you are not responsible for saving or fixing another adult. Real love helps both people grow. It doesn't make you the emotional life raft for someone else. You deserve a partner who supports your growth, not someone who relies on you to fix their emotional problems. If you hear one of these phrases, pay close attention. But if you hear more than one, it's time to seriously reevaluate the relationship. The goal of a healthy relationship is to build together. It's not about rescuing someone, funding their life, or carrying their emotional baggage. Protect your heart, and remember that older women bring a lot of value to relationships. You have wisdom, emotional intelligence, and loyalty to offer. The right man will appreciate that and bring something positive to your life. So, set your standards high and look for actions, not just words. Trust patterns, not apologies. You deserve a relationship that feels safe, steady, and real, not like a game. If this video helped you see some red flags, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want me to dive deeper into how older women can set boundaries without pushing a man away, leave a comment saying boundaries below. Remember, stay strong, stay smart, and stay amazing. I'll see you next time.